obviously, episode 8, it's been released that it is going to be titled The Last Jedi. Of course, everybody wants to know what that means. And immediately, the word that they were going after was Jedi. Is it singular? Is it plural? Who are they talking about?
Yep.
Is this as in The Last Jedi as a single person? Or is this like, this is the end of the Jedi?
Right.
And that's one of the theories that I have. We'll get into it. This is one of the theories that I have. Like I said, everybody wants to know whether it's singular or plural. But I have an idea.
Possessive. It's possessive.
I have an idea. Since the Sith are gone, the Jedi can't be. So the Jedi...
I wouldn't say that.
But hear me out. I think the Jedi could die off. The title of a Jedi Knight is going to be an ancient thing. And moving forward, we're not just going to have a bipartisan party of fucks. We're going to have a multiverse of people, force powers and whatever, but they're not going to be attributed to one or the other.
I agree.
It's going to be a crazy melting pot of insaneness.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. Like,
no, I got you.
You're going to have like rogue. You're going to have like rogue Force users taking shit over.
Right.
And they're not going to be devil dark side guys, but they're going to be like smugglers making shit their own way. Dude, I think that's a crazy universe that they could really pick up.
Yeah. It kind of brings in all of the stuff that we love about the Old Republic. Like, there are Jedi, but it's so much bigger and more expansive than just the Jedi. Because like in the prequels, it's the Jedi Order supports the Republic, and that's it. But when you get to Old Republic era, the Sith is a whole empire and army, not just two motherfuckers. And the Jedi have their thing, but there's also all these Force users that are... There's Dark Jedi, people doing their own thing, like fucking Jolie. So yeah. I think it leaves it open.
Well, yeah, and to our point, like someone like Maz.
Yeah.
She's just a part of it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And that's with her being introduced like that, and how... The Force in such a flux. We've said flux over thousands of years of podcasting.
And imbued into objects. Yes. You said those two things more than anything else.
But with them kind of changing it to that,
yeah,
I think the door's wide open for them to make a drastic change.
Well, I think it was already wide open. They opened 7 with the presumption that there is no Jedi and Sith. Luke's gone. He disappeared. There is no Jedi.
The Jedi don't exist.
Kylo's not a Sith. Snoke is not a Sith. Like, they kind of already set that up in 7.
Well, because the Sith died.
Right.
Darth Vader. And what was the other motherfucker?
I don't know.
Bubbles?
Sheev something? Sheev?
Sheevan.
Discrota asks, is Kylo Sith technically? No, he's not. He's a dark side. I think like when they initially released his title, was Dark Side Warrior.
Yeah.
So.
I think a lot. So I think what's going to happen is whether or not Luke dies, I think that the Jedi way of life is going to die. And maybe that's might be another thing where it's not someone physically dying. It's the last Jedi. It's the last person taking that title. You're still going to be light side warriors or whatever.
Right.
But the Jedi code's dead. The Jedi way of life is dead. Once Luke, I mean, at this point, there really is no true Jedi.
Right. Well,
Luke was never trained as a true Jedi.
I think that was kind of the point. I think that was kind of the point of setting up 7. And for however many years after episode 6 it was, the Jedi are gone. Yeah. Luke is the last one hanging around.
Yeah.
And even at that point, he wasn't really a full Jedi. Like, he tried to restart the Order. It failed. His cousin or his nephew killed everybody. And he's literally the last one. I think he's going to pass down. I feel like he's going to pass down what he knows to Rey in such a way while explaining to her that, like, the Jedi Order is a bad idea.
Yeah.
It failed for a reason. I tried to restart it. It failed again for a reason. So, like, this is how you utilize your ability, but you can't go off starting this religion and trying to protect everybody because it's just not going to happen.
Well, that's
my thought.
Hokey religions, That played in my mind over and over.
Ancient weaponry.
Your sad devotion. Like, it's all this, like, even during the Empire 30 years ago, people were just like, Vader, get the fuck out of here. You thinking, like, Jesus, I didn't know that shit was real.
That's still slightly hard for me to believe and accept.
But you gotta think, that's such a high level, and that's all we see during the movies. All of a sudden, we're down on the ground level, and we're looking at people where Han's the believer, and he wasn't a believer at the beginning.
Yeah.
So it's like we're on the very ground level. We've had 2 movies. Both of them have been very, I keep saying it, but very non-Force user.
Yeah.
Jedi or ancient. Rogue One's just like, dude, that shit doesn't exist. We're not going to talk about the Force.
This blind guy kind of talks about it, but not really.
It's not because of him. It's because of the crystals. Like, if I was a human being in that temple, I would assume the powers come from the crystals. That's why the Empire is using it. I don't know.
That's possible.
There's so much up in the air. I'm really excited. This is one thing that Star Wars has always done, is just dangled shit in front of you until the movie. And they've done it so perfectly with the past 2 movies.
Yep.